Good morning, my dear students, and welcome back to the class on English literature. I had completed the poem 9 Gold Medals, and I hope you are clear with that particular poem. So we have completed the poems and the short stories. As you are aware, we have removed 2 poems and 2 short stories. So we come back to the drama Merchant of Venice. So I'll be taking from Act 4 onwards. There are 2 scenes that you need to study. And as you know, scene 5 is removed from the syllabus. So there are 2 scenes to be studied. Scene 1 and 2 of Act 4. I hope you have not forgotten about the Merchant of Venice. To brush up your memories, we have Bassanio, who has just married Portia and has gone to save his companion called Antonio. And where is Antonio now? Antonio is facing the trial and he is in the jail and he is going to be killed. He is going to be killed. And we have got Shylock, who is very adamant that he needs 1 pound of flesh from the body of Antonio. And we have the Portia and Nerissa. They have disguised and they have come to the court to save the life of Antonio. And this Act 4 is an important one because here we have got the end of the trial scene where we will see how the life of Antonio is saved by the intelligence of Portia. So in today's class I will just give you the summary or the main things that you are going to learn in scene 1 of Act 4. After that we will go with I will explain you the test. So if there is any doubt you can ask me. So we move on to Act 4 scene 1. So this is an important scene that you need to understand. So just before you come to Act 4 of scene 1, please revise the characters. Antonio, who is in the jail. Bassanio has gone to save the life of Antonio. We have Portia and Nerissa disguised as lawyers and they have come to the court to the court to save the life of Antonio. And we have Shylock on the other side, who is very adamant, who is stressing that he needs the 1 pound of flesh from the body of Antonio. Now what happens here? That's what you are going to see in scene 1 of Act 4. So this is a famous trial scene in which Antonio is tried in a Venetian court of law. So now the scene takes place in the court, and we have one side we have got Antonio, who is pleading to Shylock to save his life. The other side we have got Shylock, who is insisting that he needs 1 pound of flesh from body of Antonio. And we have the Duke. The judge, who is the Duke himself, appeals to Shylock to show mercy, and Bassanio offers double the amount to Shylock, but the Jew does not relent. Relent means does not mind, does not allow in the least. So we have got the Duke who is telling Shylock, it is good that you show mercy to Antonio, but Shylock said no, it is not possible. And we have got Bassanio, who has just married Portia and he has become a wealthy person now, so he offers double the amount. The agreement was 3,000 ducats. Now Bassanio is ready to offer double the amount to Shylock, but Shylock said no, I do not require the money. What I need is 1 pound of flesh. So we have got a Duke, the judge, who is trying to request Shylock, and we have got on the other side we have our Bassanio, who is offering double the amount so that this particular bond may be cancelled. But what is the reaction of Shylock? Shylock tells, no, I do not want to show mercy. I do not need the amount. What I need is 1 pound of flesh. Then what happens? Next part you are going to see Portia, disguised as a lawyer, dressed up like a lawyer. Disguised means dressed up like a lawyer, makes the famous speech on quality of mercy, urging means requesting Shylock to be merciful towards Antonio. So Duke tried, there is no use. Bassanio tried to offer the money, but there is no use. Now we have Portia, who is disguised, who is dressed up like a lawyer. So nobody recognizes that this is Portia. They just think that this is a lawyer, and she makes the famous speech known as quality of mercy, asking or requesting Shylock to be merciful towards Antonio. But that also does not work. However, Portia's request fails to slacken. Slacken means to change the determination, the decision of Shylock, the heartless villain. So, our Portia gave a beautiful speech, but it was of no use. She failed to change the decision of Shylock. Then what happens? Then we will see the intelligence of Portia. She then turns the tables on him and allows him to have his bond on the condition that it should be an exact 1 pound of flesh, and that too without shedding a single drop of blood. Now Portia gives a beautiful thing, and what is that? The bond. It is given in the bond that he can take 1 pound of flesh. So Portia tells, okay, fine, that is fine, I am agreeing to it. So what happens? We can take 1 pound of flesh, and only flesh, not even a single drop of blood. Second thing, it has to be exact 1 pound of flesh, not more, not less. So now what happens? Shylock is trapped. He is helpless, because we cannot cut the flesh without dropping the blood, and it may not be the exact weight. So what happens? Shylock is totally helpless, he is trapped. Now what happened? Now what is the reaction of Shylock? Then thus Shylock, caught in his own trap, loses the bond and has to depart with half his goods. Goods means properties, and other half has to be kept in the trust on the condition that he becomes a Christian and bequeaths, because he hand over the property to Jessica and Lorenzo. So what happens? This property has to be confiscated by the state. 1 half will go to our state, the state, another half will go to our Antonio. But Antonio tells that he is ready to return the half of his properties to him, but there is a condition. And what is the condition? He has to become a Christian, and his property must be given to Jessica and Lorenzo after his death. So now Shylock is totally helpless now. Eager to offer anything. So now what happens? Now that trial scene is over, all are very happy. Now what happens? Antonio and Bassanio, they have to give something to the lawyer who saved the life of Antonio. So what happens? Bassanio here, eager to offer anything to express his gratitude to the lawyer, Bassanio gives away his wife's ring to him. So what happens? When Portia gave the ring to Bassanio, she told him very clearly never to part with this particular ring. If you part with it, it means that you are dead. Now what happens? Bassanio wanted to offer something to the lawyer. So what happens? He offered the ring that was given by Portia. That particular action will lead to something called a ring episode, that is in Act 5, which we are not going to study. In this scene, right is justified in the fullest measure, and malice means wickedness, falls into the trap laid for others. So these are the things that we are going to say, or we are going to learn in Act 4 of Scene 1. The first part, we are going to see the condition of Antonio. What is the mental struggle or mental agony that he is undergoing, the efforts taken by Duke to change the decision of Shylock, the offer that is made by Bassanio, and you will see the excuses that are given by Shylock for demanding 1 pound of flesh. Then we have got the entry of Portia, who is also trying to change the mind of Shylock, but that does not work, and she gives a beautiful speech on the quality of mercy. Then we have got the intelligence. We will see the intelligence of Portia. What happens? You can take the 1 pound of flesh, but there are 2 conditions. First, you shall not shed a single drop of blood, and it has to be exact 1 pound of flesh. So what happens? Shylock is trapped. And what is the reaction of Shylock? He has lost everything, because half of his property will go to the state, other half of his property will go to Antonio. Antonio is ready to return the property to Shylock, but there are 2 conditions. First one, he has to become a Christian. Second, he has to give his property to Jessica and Lorenzo after his death. Last part we will see the gratitude shown by Bassanio. Bassanio decided to give the ring that was given by Portia to the lawyer. That will lead to the ring episode, but you don't have to study it. So these are the things that you are going to see in scene 1 of Act 4. From tomorrow onwards, we'll go through the chapter. I hope you are clear with it. Just go through the video once again and try to understand. So read the textbook, and I hope you'll be able to understand. Thank you.